Okay, do you remember the biggest thing? Do you remember the biggest thing we had to deal with when we did the slope formula was this. If we had a negative number over here, it turned them into what? Positive. Same thing here, guys. In my formula, notice it's minus, minus. So if I have a negative x or y, it's going to turn it to plus. That's the biggest thing you have to deal with. Okay, so let's look at it. I need to sub here, here, and here. X, y, slope. Okay? So what's my y value, guys? Okay, instead of writing y minus a negative 4, what am I going to write? Y plus 4. So you guys write this. Y plus 4. And you would know my y value is negative. Why? Because it's opposite of what it is in point slope. Okay, what's my slope? 1/2. That doesn't change, whatever it is, plus or minus. That would not change. That's just what it is. What the positive, negative. Okay, now my x is what? 3? So what do I write here, Mary? Is it going to be x minus 3 or x plus 3? What do you think? Okay, if it was plus 3, then it would have to be a negative 3 because it'd be x minus a negative 3. See, the formula is minus, right? So if it's positive, it's going to stay x minus 3. And there we go right there. Okay? So, guys, by looking at this, look up here 1 second. By looking at this, I know my x value is 3 positive and negative 4y right here because it's opposite. And I know my slope is 1/2. So that's the hardest thing dealing with this. Okay, so let's just practice it. Okay, so I want you to write this. Y minus y1 equals slope x minus x1. So I'm going to sub here, here, and here. Alexa? Can you dim the lights? No, bully.
You're the one that's calling your Alexa.
Alexis, what do you think my y is? It's what? So what am I going to write? Y minus 3. Good. Whoops. It's going to be the opposite sign. It's a positive 3, so it goes to y minus 3. Evan, what do you think? What do I write next? What's that stand for? What's my slope? Okay. Luca, what do I write for my x in the parentheses with x minus x1? What am I going to write? Nope. Why? So instead of writing x minus a negative 8, it's going to turn to that. What are you guys saying? It's not too bad, is it? Not too bad. All right, you guys do this one. Okay, go ahead and do that one. Guys, get y minus y1 over m x minus x1. That's the only way you learn it. Write it out. Write it out. Let's see. Matthew.
Okay.
Tell me what you got, brother.
Y minus 6 equals would be negative 1/2.
I don't know, would it? Can we change the slope?
No.
So what's the slope?
Negative 1/2.
So what do you write?
Negative 1/2.
Slope doesn't change.
Alright. Then x minus 1.
He's right. How would this, guys, if I wrote that, was it negative 1/6 was my point? How would that change, Aaliyah? How would that change my point slope?
Can you say that again?
No. How would it change it, Zach?
You change the x minus 1 to x plus 1.
It would go to x plus 1, wouldn't it, if that was a minus 1? Okay? All right. Thanks for listening, Zach.
Mhm.
All right. So, here's the steps we're going to do. We're going to be asked to change all the way into what we learned yesterday, slope intercept form. Okay. But the first two steps are the same. Okay. First thing we want to do, no matter what, is find the slope using y2 minus y1. If we're given 2 points or we have to count on the graph, find the slope. Then, get the slope and choose one of the points, okay, to put it in the point slope formula. Okay, now, does it matter which point you choose? No, and I'll show you that in a second. It doesn't matter what point you choose, it'll still turn into the same slope-intercept form. The slope-intercept form has to be the same, right? Because it's the slope of the line and where it hits the y-axis. But it doesn't matter what points you choose. Okay, and I'll show you that in a second. And then we're going to show you it's very easy to go from point slope to slope intercept. All right, so let's do one here. It wants slope intercept. So, guys, here's what I would do. If it wants slope intercept, just write what it wants. It wants me to write it like this. But we're going to go through the steps we learned today. We're going to put it in point slope formula first and then turn it into what we learned yesterday or reviewed yesterday with slope intercept. Okay. Is my slope negative or positive here? Negative? Okay. Braden, what do you got? 1, 2. Negative what?
4.
What's it going right by?
2.
So what does that turn to?
Negative 4, comma 2.
Negative 4, comma 2. Oh my goodness. No, we never write. It's the slope. It's not a coordinate point. What does that reduce to? Come on, this should be like boom, 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 boom.
2.
Nope.
Negative 2.
Okay. Slope is negative 2. Now, do you want to pick 1, 2, or 3, negative 2? It does not matter. What do you want to pick? Okay. We're going to put this point and that slope into what? Write it. Write the formula. All right, what's my y? Negative 2, so what's it turn to? Not plus negative 2, it's y plus 2. What's my slope? Okay, what's my x? 3, so what do I write? X minus 3. Is everybody good with that? Is everybody good? Now, we got one more step. I need to turn this into this. I need to solve for y. Now, this isn't anything new. We've done this before. Okay? Remember, I need to simplify. First thing I need to do is simplify this side. How do I simplify this side over here? What do I do with that negative 2? Distribute the negative 2. So go. What's negative 2 times x? Just put them together. What do you get? Negative 2x. What's negative 2 times negative 3? Plus 6. Okay? And then we have one little step left. One little step left. How do I get y plus 2? How do I get that y alone? Go ahead. Subtract 2. Now, guys, when I subtract 2, it's not from the negative 2x because they're not like terms. It's from the plus 6. The negative 2x stays the same. And then what's 6 minus 2? Yeah, Braden.
4.
So what do I write?
Y equals negative 2x plus 4.
Plus 5.
4.
And that's it right there. That's a lot of work. Want to do this one, sir? You're going to keep going. Go. Oh, you grabbed the... Didn't you? Can't grab it. I need to run you over. Now close down.
There.
There, kids.
It really got me insane this morning, but
All right.
Phone good.
Are we given the y-intercept on this line? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's the y-intercept? Huh? 0 to 5. On this one?
meet with me.
Looks like the x-intercept to me. 5-0.
Are we given the y-intercept?
No.
And it asks us to put it in slope-intercept form. So write it out. We want y equals mx plus b. Now, I think you would agree that we have an x1, y1, we have an x2, y2. It'd be pretty easy to put it in slope, point slope form. Do you agree? What's point slope form? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So let's find the slope. The slope, you can either count or you can use the formula. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 4. Right 2. Mary, what's 4 over 2? 2. There's our slope. Do I have to use one? Does it matter which point I use? I use either one. Luca, what do you want to pick? Which point? -2. -6. So we're going to use this slope and this point because it's called point slope form. We just need a point and a slope. Well, good news. We have a point and a slope. So here we go. Y minus blank equals blank times x minus blank. We're just going to fill in the blanks. Gavin, what goes in this y1 spot?
-6.
Good. Ethan, what goes in the m spot? Oh, I said Ethan. I meant Evan. I'm sorry. What goes in for m right here? 2. M. 2. All right, Sabrina, what goes in for x1? Careful. X1. X1. Y1. What's x1? 2. Got it? Haley.
It's supposed to be +6.
Yeah.
She's saying it turns to +6.
At the line.
It will. It will. This is our setup step. if you're a fill in the blanks kind of person, you're going to put blanks there and you're going to put in the numbers that belong. And then if you can simplify it, you will. So Bailey, you're saying that y minus a negative 6 is y plus 6? Gotcha. Y plus 6 equals 2 times x minus 2. If the quiz said to put your answer in point slope form, you would stop right there. Do you understand that? That is point slope form. I will say it again. That is point slope form. You would leave it just like that. But that's not what it said. It said to put it in slope intercept. Okay? So we're going to distribute the 2 to the x and the negative 2. So y plus 6 equals 2x minus 4. Students forget that quite often to distribute to both terms. Right?
I was gonna
Oh, what next?
subtract 6.
Yeah, because we want to get y by itself, right?
Yeah.
So we get y equals 2x minus 10. Is that in y equals mx plus b form? Yes. Something I would check just to make sure it makes sense. What does a slope of 2 look like? Logan.
Up 2 over 1.
Up 2 over 1. And it'll look like that. It'll go up and to the right, aligned with the positive slope of 2. And where's its y-intercept? 0, comma, negative 10. Well, let's see if that's reasonable for our graph. Do you think this might cross down here at negative 10? I think so. And does it go up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1? I feel pretty good about that. Do not just leave it if it doesn't look right. Like if it doesn't match the graph that you're given, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Is this your next one? All right, first thing to notice, is either one of these points a y-intercept?
No.
Because yesterday's lesson was really easy because one of the 2 points was 0, 5 or 0, negative 2. It gave you the y-intercept. Do you notice neither one of these are? Neither one of these points is the y-intercept. Do you agree? So we have to find the slope. We don't have a graph this time. Find the slope. Write it in point slope form. And then convert it to slope intercept. Because it said slope intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. That's going to be our final form answer. But first, we have to find the slope. Who was my star in here that had, who was it Gavin? Slope formula yesterday? Who was it? Remember the slope formula? Was it Ethan? Oh, it was Ethan.
Yeah,
Gavin, do you remember the slope formula?
y2 minus y1
Over.
xp minus x1.
Nice work. Nice work. So let's call this point x1, y1. Let's call this point x2, y2. All right. And so in this problem, who hasn't been called on yet? Brayden, have you been called on?
No.
Well, let's keep it that way.
I'm
just kidding. Huh?
Vincent, we haven't heard from.
Brayden will do the numerator. Vince, you get ready for the denominator, okay? Brayden, go for it.
10 minus 4.
10, 4, good buddy. Over, Vince. What do you think? X2 minus x1.
3 minus 1.
Good work. 10 minus 4 is 6. 3 minus 1 is 2. Don't leave it like that. Reduce.
3.
M is 3. Ooh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So right now we have the slope is 3. Do we have an x1 and a y1? Do we have a y1 and an x1? And by the way, I see students miss this a lot. What do you think a common error is when putting x1 and y1 into this formula? What do you think students do incorrectly, Zachary?
You wait for y2 minus x2.
Well, that will actually get you the right answer because you can't pick a wrong point here and put it in. Like either one of those points will work. But what do you think they do?
They do x1 first.
Yeah, why? Why do you think people do that? Because when you look at the point, you see the x before the y, right? But in the formula, do you see how it's the y before the x? Do you see how that's just the way the formula is written? Everybody understand that? So be careful. Liv, you're going to pick the point for us. Which one do you want to use? 310. Here we go. What goes in for y1, Liv?
10.
And what goes in for x1?
3.
Good. So we have y minus 10 equals 3 times x minus 3. We're going to put it in slope-intercept form because it told us to. Liv, help me out here. What's 3 times x?
3x.
What's 3 times negative 3? What's 3 times 3?
9.
So what's 3 times negative 3?
Negative 9.
And last step to get y by itself, we're going to add 10 to both sides. So y equals 3x negative 9 plus 10. Well, what's negative 9 plus 9? 0. So what's plus 10? 1. And that is in slope intercept form. What's its y-intercept? 0, 1. There.
I was confused because, like, for the formula it says you put in y1 and x1, but wouldn't that be 4 and 1 instead of 10 and
That's a great question. That's a fantastic question. What do you guys think? Satchel.
Can you shake it though?
It could be either. Now, when I did the slope first thing, I called this one x1, y1, this x2, y2. And then I called on someone different to do the formula. So they picked the other point. Is that wrong? No. Because I could have called this one x1, y1, this x2, y2, and then when you put it in. All right. Ooh, I'm gonna go through this really quickly. Are you ready? We're gonna test the Marion method. Y minus, I'm gonna use, Liv used 310. I'm gonna use 1, 4. Ready? Y minus 4. Same slope of 3 times x minus 1. Let's see if we get the same thing. Y minus 4 equals 3x minus 3. Add 4. What's negative 3 plus 4? It's mathemagical. See how it works out? You could have used either point. Either point will work. 3x plus 1 either way. Now, what if it said write it in slope? Point slope form. Point slope form. Bailey.
We would have just left that y minus 10 equals 3 times x minus 3.
Yeah, I would actually have to accept either one of those
Yeah.
answers.
2 possible answers there.
Because point slope, you could have used either point. It had to have the slope of 3. How are we feeling about this?
I feel good.
I feel good.
No.
I do what I want.
No, okay. Oh yeah.
So good. All right. La Tarea. Have fun. Your homework.
You did the Macarena?
Yep.
Dang, chill. I forgot, Joe. Why? Did you?
I just did. I messed up. I remember you showing me. I cut it, and I put boards on the side to hold it up, but I haven't I want to build a contraption to pivot up to release the marks. So you remember that? Did you think that was fun?
She loves going.
We could have the hardware sponsor this.
I need work there.
That doesn't work there, does it? See if the marketplace. I think it's one there. You ever got that route
Just Jacob, he's fine, he doesn't know. I think he knows now. Thanks, but is it empty? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Are you in ski club? Am I in the ski club? I'm a teacher. I know, but. Oh, really? Yeah. I used to ski a lot in my 2 years.
No, but that was for high school. And then we was from middle school. Yeah.
That's what I was going to start popping the cans.
Which one? Well, you said we were announced it.
You have one?
Why, did you get in middle school one?
No, I got high school.
Did you are?
I went to high school, keep up to. So,
Yeah. What?
did get your photo and stuff. It just hurts.
Oh, it's a.
It's a great way.
What instrument? Really? I sound like there's like some sort of just.
Good Broncos fan?
That was one. I don't know, like two cities, but not a bad Burlington and. Oh, Brighton.
It's never
Maybe it was back, but
come back.
well, you left, but it's okay for me to Maybe.
Where are you going?
That's not good.
What kind of fish?
Christian Joseph Taylor.
My chair gets snatched every day.
He has no money.
It's always like this one comes in, right? Kaden always snatches my chair.
Well, it's all yours today.
Actually, give me
Jackson's
back.
showing his true colors.
Yeah.
I know he
I
snatched.
know.
Your
He
students?
snatches my.
snags it.
I would say Kaden snatches my too.
I know.
Gentlemen in here early today. Sir.
Hey, you play that game?
Will that go? You play?
Yeah, I just downloaded it.
It's fun.
Wait. Which one's your level? Is that one like
You're like, what do you mean level? Oh, that's just like your week. That's like, I think you're pretty probably have it.
I'm like, it says like 50 something.
Here, let me see your thing.
I submit documents.
I'll show you.
Let me see your link.
I dropped things twice there too. Like, I'm not yellow, but phone for it. It's so bad.
So, are we friends?
Oh no.
Just go on friends, come online, just send me the link. We got some many buddies.
How you doing?
I watched.
For sure, you're playing, right?
I was trying.
Let's see.
Well, hey, Bert, you can play with us now because the reason I can play with us yesterday is we already had 3. And you have to unlock 5v5. But you automatically have the squad mode, which is just 3.
Let's see how far.
Every college I've looked at requires physics one exam.
Not happening. Well, okay, so I felt like the idea
So you're 1 away. So once you win this league, and that's
so
I just the first student, so I need somebody I want to.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah, hey. Let's see the calculator part first.
Oh, everyone. Well, count.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna miss too much. We can't.
Yeah, they're gonna.
We can't put them behind.
It's all them.
I wouldn't want to put a disadvantage.
Yeah, hey, are you my friend?
Yeah, I'm
I don't know, dude.
I just want to go home.
I think you should do that, but I don't know how to like say it.
We should leave.
It's my last class, so like, just let us go.